Trollhunters is incredible. I challenge you to watch this entire video and see if I can convince you to watch this amazing cartoon. I've been watching cartoons for a very long time, as you can expect, since my entire YouTube channel is cartoon based. Trollhunters is one of those rare gems that comes every few years and you just don't see it coming. First of all, I really wasn't expecting to like this show. Let's begin with the synopsis. A 15-year-old boy stumbles upon a magical amulet that transforms him into a warrior with the title of Trollhunter. He is the chosen defender of the trolls that live below the human town of Arcadia from miscreants who try to disrupt peace. After listening to the synopsis, you may or may not be interested. It's fantasy, CG, and seemingly one of those cliche shows where the main character has to balance two lives and fight bad guys at the same time. Well, that's exactly what I thought going into this. Honestly, I'm not a fan of those CG cartoons because they're usually just not my style and I prefer 2D animation. I never watched those 3D animation cartoons like How to Train Your Dragon the series or Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. They just didn't appeal to me, so it was never worth a go. Anyway, I found Trollhunters thanks to a fan who told me to check it out on Twitter. I watched the trailer and wasn't super impressed, but definitely intrigued. The first episode of Trollhunters is a two-parter, so I sat through those 2 episodes. To be completely honest, you probably aren't going to be hooked if you watch the first episode alone. The characters are introduced and Jim becomes a troll hunter and everything is basically set up for the rest of the show. Now the episode ending does have a twist that you won't see coming and it'll likely get you to stay, but if you really want to get hooked, I highly suggest watching at least the first 2 parts in one sitting. So you may be thinking to yourself, what exactly makes this show good? Well, I can't go over every single detail, but I'll go over my personal favorites. Let's begin with a very important part of cartoons, the story. In Trollhunters, you're going to see a lot of interesting storylines that all continue to appear throughout the show. This is a continuity-based cartoon, meaning each episode is connected and has elements from previous episodes that constantly appear. Think Gravity Falls or Steven Universe. The story, however, is nothing like those 2 shows. Jim Lake Jr. becomes a troll hunter and has to protect the secret underworld of trolls, fighting and training to become the best at being the hero. It sounds cliche, and some of the stuff is, but the show quickly molds itself into something incredibly unique. I'm not going to say much specifically about the plot since I don't want to spoil what happens to you guys, but just know that there's a lot to be interested in. I found myself watching multiple episodes in one sitting even when I had the intention of watching only one, since there were so many amazing things happening. The story is unlike anything I've seen in a cartoon before, and it really is something you need to see for yourself. I realize that I'm being super general here, but as I said before, I want to reveal as little as possible about the plot points in the show. Because there are so many storylines in each and every episode, you're going to want to experience it all for yourself. Next up, we have amazing characters. I'm not just talking about the heroes here, I mean the villains as well. Throughout the series, we get glimpses of the villain side and they make the mood of the episodes really dark yet intriguing. There will be some things the villains do that are so insane you'll be on the edge of your seat. Lots of character development for these villains make it interesting to see how it all unfolds and how they compare to our heroes of the story. Speaking of the heroes, they are a unique cast of characters that actually feel like real people. Jim Lake Jr. is a troll hunter and he has his best friend Tobes by his side. There are several trolls that he befriends over the course of the series, even one that acts as a father figure since Jim's father is not in the show for a reason I don't want to spoil. And let's not forget the girl who Jim loves, Claire Nunez. You also have a bunch of side characters and it would take too long to list them all, but take my word for it that these are characters you likely won't forget. This show has constant action. I rarely see cartoons have so many fight scenes and you might think it gets tiring, but it doesn't. Each fight scene is very unique and you always root for the heroes even though they fight against creatures with insane powers. The animation is incredibly done during these fight sequences and your eyes will definitely be glued to the screen just like they were for me. Trollhunters has the perfect blend of action and storytelling, so there's build up to fights and then you get hyped when it actually happens. Even episodes without fights are still amazing since they provide character development and the storylines of every episode are great. Now this isn't a perfect show. You're gonna see some cliches at least in the first episode. Not every episode is a complete success, but even the very worst ones are still solid for a modern cartoon. But that's okay because all cartoons have weaknesses. Personally, I feel like Trollhunters has a huge amount of strength strengths, and they outweigh the weaknesses. This series is created by Guillermo del Toro, who is a mastermind of horror. You can definitely expect some dark themes in Trollhunters, and it's amazing. I could say so much more about this show, but I don't want to bore you and make this video too long. Go out and watch Trollhunters right now. Even if you're hesitant, I urge you to watch at least the first 2 episodes and comment below to tell me what you thought of them. I haven't been this excited for a cartoon since Gravity Falls, and I want to share that excitement with you guys because maybe you'll enjoy it too. Anyway, that's all for this video. Be sure to give a thumbs up and comment below to tell me what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.